Welcome to another edition of Dr. James Beckett, Sports Card Insights. Enjoying communicating with you in this way. I want to encourage you to communicate with me. I've got an email set up for this at beckettinsights@gmail.com. There's probably a comment feature on the podcast website. That's beckettinsights.podbean.com, or there's probably a way to Google it or check it out. But happy to receive your comments and questions. And again, we're doing some different episodes here to see what sticks, what people like. I want to thank our sponsors before we get going too far here. Beckett Media, BGS and BAS, Burbank Sports Cards, ComC, check out my cards, Heritage Auctions, Huggins & Scott Auctions, Mike's Stadium Sport Cards, Panini, which today's episode will mostly be about, Tops and Upper Deck. I thank these charter sponsors and hope you'll thank them as well when you get a chance. I got a couple boxes in the mail from Panini. Actually, they're not far away, and I know, as I've said, I know a bunch of those guys, and so Tracy Hackler was kind enough to send me some boxes, and I opened them up and want to tell you what my experience was. I figure that there's plenty of other video podcasts or YouTube people that are opening things and reviewing things with video and lots of other embellishment that I'm not going to have. So I'm at a disadvantage there, but I want to use that to my advantage to just give you my perspective about at least the sets today are just being released. So there is no price guide yet for them because the cards are just being released, I suppose, as we speak. That's a dilemma. And that's something where you can talk about what's on the sell sheet or on the marketing materials, but I've got a box that came off the line of each of these that we'll cover today, tell you what I found and see what you think. And then you can check out for yourself whether you want to go buy or get involved in some way with a breaker situation, or just be on the lookout for these. The first product is 2019 Elements Football. It's a nice little tiny elegant box that doesn't weigh very much because the box is a pack and it's only 4 cards. It's still available at paniniamerica.net at $120. So that's a pricey pack, but they promise, they tell you pretty explicitly the categories of cards that you're going to get, and it's appealing. Now again, you'd like to get the best card in each of those categories, but you may get win some, lose some. You never know. That's when you're opening a pack, you're hoping for the best, and you sometimes get it. Eventually they'll be broken and they'll be available on Beckett, the Beckett price guides, and there'll be singles on eBay, I suppose, and certainly on ComC. ComC gives preference to cards that are this year's. They get them up faster. And again, the Beckett Marketplace and Burbank, Rob Veras, they're aggressively getting cards up as well. So Elements promises an on-card metal autograph. Another one would be an acetate auto, then a memorabilia card, and then a metal base card. There's some retired players, Hall of Famers in there. I like that. That's a positive for me. There's lots of parallels. When I was doing price guides, I think back in the day, we would have thought this is too many parallels, but the Panini guys are well aware of that. They're trying to fill up the set with things that people would want. And if you're a player collector, you don't mind having several versions of your favorite player. Even if you get these cards the first day they come out and want to sell them, it's hard to know what to sell them for. It's hard as a price guide author or editor to figure that out. Even when you auction them off, you still just don't know. You might be getting an extra high price because you're early, or you might be getting a low price because there are just not enough bidders. And a lot of these players, certainly the drafted guys, they haven't proven themselves in the NFL yet. So generally, I am a bigger fan of sets and products that have more cards in the pack and more packs in the box, but this was an interesting one. I don't know that I would be trying to complete a set on this, given that you're going to get that the packs are so expensive and you're getting one base card in each pack. But again, that's an opportunity for some of the team-oriented breakers out there. This is kind of a hobby product, and I think hobby products are allowed to be complicated because the hobby people are are more avid and more intense in their collecting and willing to do some research. I also noticed that none of the cards say what position the guy's playing. Now, you kind of know because it's generally, if you don't recognize the position of the player, that's not a good sign. Tom Brady, I wonder what position he plays. So the first card I got going in the other order, my metal base card, was Pat Mahomes. Now that sounds good, but it's actually better than that. I actually got the gold base version, which is supposedly max of 25. So that's a good card. I'm pleased in that category. My memorabilia card was Bryce Love. It's numbered to 149. That just depends. I mean, he's a running back. That's better than, that's good in a sense, but we'll see. It kind of depends on the performance, what he does on the field. The acetate auto turned out to be a neon signs of Walter Jones, numbered to 50. I like that okay too. That's I have an account on ComC that I've sold for a few years now, and Walter Jones sells pretty well, very well for an offensive tackle. I think he stayed pretty much all his career out for the Seahawks, I think. And then lastly, I got my on-card autograph was Darius Slayton. That's numbered to 199. So hoping, like everybody else, hoping for Kyler Murray or some other quarterback, maybe a Dwayne Haskins or Daniel Jones, some of these young quarterbacks that are tight, even a Will Greer. But he's a fifth-round receiver. But on the Giants, who knows? He might get a chance. He left college, I think, early because I guess his quarterback left, and so he's betting on his own success, and he's going to a big marketplace. So, on the whole, not displeased with that box. For those people that like to bet on getting big cards, there's undoubtedly some big cards in there. I did not get a huge card, but I got a represent. I'm not displeased. The other box is the Panini Optic Baseball. Again, both of these products were released July 17th, and you may be listening to this podcast much later than that, and so some of what I'm saying may have happened. Again, this is a baseball product, and they do not have a Major League Baseball properties license, so they have to airbrush the team logos. I don't have a huge problem with that. I don't like it for veterans who are very strongly connected with, especially if they've been with a team for a long time. But for rookies, younger players that haven't really established themselves in Major League Baseball, not a big problem with that. I like it better, and I'm sure Panini would love to have a full license. But it's an interesting set nonetheless. Again, the box was as advertised. They said 20 packs, 4 cards in a pack, 2 autographs, average. But I think average means they're really trying to give you 2. They do say there's some hot boxes, and for those of you who think that when a podcaster gets a review box, it's automatically a hot box. I can tell you it's not. I'm again not displeased. I think I got fair value for the price. I've seen it at $90, and that's for 80 cards for if they're $3 packs or so, and you get 4 cards so you'd like to think the commons are 75 cents each. They not necessarily so, but they're high production value cards. My 2 autographs were Victor Mesa, not stuttering, and Brendan Rodgers. I got 46 base cards. They were just base cards because some were younger players and all that, but nothing that got me very excited. A couple of peak performers, that's okay. A couple of highlights, those are okay. 4 illusions, that was okay. 1 rookie prospect. I got 4 action all-stars. But interestingly there, just for me personally, I got a regular and a Prism version of Clayton Kershaw, who's a local guy, went to the same high school my stepson did, slightly older. And that's something I can keep and show people that come over that he's a great pitcher and by all accounts a really, really good guy. I got 1 MVP. I got 7 Diamond Kings, including again, going on the local angle here, I got a regular and a Prism of Max Muncy, who went to a local suburb high school, Keller, and also went to Baylor, where my stepdaughter went for the last 2 years. And so, again, he has a local pedigree, and he's a good example of a guy that's persevered and made the most of his ability. I got 4 of the rookies that insert, and 4 base Prisms, and then 3 that were numbered to 75, 125, and 150. Again, I wasn't super excited, but I love cards. I really enjoyed opening the packs. You pull them out. Again, I said they're high production value. I won't be going to get a complete set in these, but I think I moved into more of being a type collector and a little bit of a player collector. I try to assemble some cards of, like I said, of the local guys, things like that. And so I think it's a good set for that. And I thank Panini for giving me a chance to review them and being a sponsor of the show. I'll be doing the same thing for Topps and Upper Deck, and trying to point out aspects of these sets that are different than what you might hear from your typical YouTube channel. Again, I don't have video to show you that there's some beautiful cards in there, and I can't relate it to a price guide at this point, and I'm not going to predict the prices either. In fact, it just points out as I do this exercise how difficult the job is for Brian and his team at Beckett Media. My hat's off to him. I did a lot of that stuff in simpler days, and it's very complicated now. But those complications make for a very dynamic hobby with an awful lot of moving parts that keep it interesting for people that really want to keep expanding their collection. So a couple of good products. I hope you like them. Again, it's a free world. You vote with your dollars when you give when a product gets sold out. It's encouragement to Panini to keep doing more of that. If it doesn't. Again, it usually starts out pretty strong, and we'll see what legs it has. If it has good legs, then Panini's going to do more of the same. And again, I think they did a nice job on these two. I'm not going to give them an A, B, C, D, or E, or F, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. That's in the eye of the beholder. But again, 2 different products, 2 different sports, and we'll do some more of this later. Again, thanks for your attention. Look forward to talking to you again. Again, any comments, send them to me at beckettinsights@gmail.com, and I will address them one way or another. Again, thanks for your attention. Talk to you tomorrow.